Welcome to Fame Flow, where every story reveals a hidden desire, a crossdresser's identity, true emotions. This is not just a story, but the call of the soul of a crossdresser. The teachings and blessings given by my mother freed me from fear. And today, I have the courage to live my true identity. This journey is not just mine, it is of every heart that wants to live its true identity. It is said that mother is not just a human being, she is another name for life. Her presence fills the morning of every day with light, and her absence brings darkness to the entire life. I never thought that the day would come in my life when mother's loving voice, waking me up in the morning and reminding me to drink milk, or putting me to sleep at night by caressing my forehead, all would be limited to memories only. Mother left, and took with her all the comfort of the house. The walls were the same, the house was the same, the people were the same, but the soul that held everyone together was no longer there. Mother is not just the one who gives birth, mother is the thread that binds even broken relationships, she is the shade that gives a feeling of coolness in the scorching sun, she is the prayer that guards our every step even without asking. Today, when mother is not there, then I understand how big every small thing she did was. The love hidden in her scolding, the satisfaction hidden in the food she cooks, the strength hidden in her blessings and the life hidden in the smile on her face. It is said that mother is not God, but she is even before God. Perhaps that is why when she leaves this world, it feels as if a person has lost his biggest asset. My mother's departure was not just the separation of a loved one for me, she also took my identity and my strength with her. Mother left, and with her, my entire world also fell apart. She was not just my mother, she was my protector, my friend, and my biggest confidant. The secret I had carefully hidden from the rest of the world that although I was born as a boy, I loved wearing girls' clothes, that I wanted to live and embrace the woman within me, only my mother knew about this truth. Whenever my mother saw me dressed in a traditional outfit, salwar kurta, she never scolded me. Instead, with a warm smile, she would say, "Son, people may say whatever they want, but you must always listen to your heart. The way God has created you, you are truly unique." Those words of hers were not just reassurance, they were my anchor, my strength. When I draped a sari and stood in front of the mirror, there was never a trace of disgust or judgment in her eyes. All I could see was pride and unconditional affection. But today, with her gone, it feels as though even my own reflection in the mirror turns its face away from me. I no longer have those loving eyes that once understood me without words, nor that compassionate heart which could hide my deepest pain within its lap. With my mother's departure, I have also lost that safe corner, that sacred space where I could breathe freely in my truest form. The outside world always knew me as Mohan. But in front of my mother, I could live as Mona. Today, it feels as if my Mona, too, has gone away with my mother. I still remember when I was a child, how I used to stealthily take out a long scarf from my mother's wardrobe and wear it. At that time, I thought my mother would be angry if she ever found out. But even after discovering it, my mother never said anything to me. She would just smile softly, caress my head, and say, "Mohan, this is all just a game, but if you like it, then play it, son." That one simple sentence of my mother changed my entire world. As I grew up and this feeling became deeper, when I realized that it wasn't only about wearing a long scarf, but about embracing and living the entire feminine form within me, I feared the most that my mother might abandon me after knowing this truth about me. But instead, she held my hand and took away all my fears. At that moment, my mother had said something unforgettable, "A son, no matter what society says, you will always remain my child." Whether you are a boy or a girl, you will always be the apple of my eye. Those words became a shield for my soul. Whenever I hid in my room and looked at myself in the mirror, dressed in a traditional outfit, salwar kameez, the affection shining in my mother's eyes made me feel even more beautiful. In those moments, I saw in her gaze not just my reflection, but the glimpse of a daughter she accepted wholeheartedly. Seeing me in my cross-dressing form, she would often say, "Mona, whenever you dress up like this, you look even more beautiful." Hearing such words from my mother, I would bury my face in her lap and cry for hours. Those were tears born from both happiness and fear flowing together. But mother, today, when you are no longer with me, that comforting lap too is gone, the place where I could hide my fears and my tears. Now, when I stand in front of the mirror wearing a sari, the silence of the room screams louder than words. There is no one left to call me Mona. There is no one to embrace and celebrate my womanhood. Mother, without you, it feels as though my identity has been left incomplete. For the world, I am still Mohan. But only in front of you could I truly live as Mona. Now you tell me, mother, where should I hide my Mona without you? Where should I find that closeness, that trust, which only you gave me? Mother, after you left, I spent countless nights crying all alone. It felt as if the purpose of life itself had ended. Without you, the world of Mona seemed to have turned to ashes. But slowly, when your words began to echo in my ears, "Son, whether society accepts you or not, never give up your identity. A real human being is the one who knows how to live their truth." At that moment, I felt as though you were still with me, living inside my mind. One day, I took out one of your old saris from your wardrobe, that light pink sari you looked most beautiful in during festival days. With trembling hands, I draped it around myself, and the moment I stood in front of the mirror, I suddenly felt your presence. It was as if your shadow appeared, gazing at me with love, saying, "Look, how beautiful my daughter looks." In that very moment, I made a decision, mother, I will no longer hide and secretly become Mona. Now, with your blessings, I will live my identity openly in front of everyone. If your lap had embraced me once, then I no longer need to fear this world. Yes, I know society will laugh at me, mock me, and relatives will question me. But now, I am not afraid. Because mother, you taught me that living a suffocated life while hiding your true self is the greatest injustice one can do to themselves. Today, I, your daughter, Mona, make a vow to you. From now on, I will live my life in the same colors in which you once saw me and accepted me. Your memory will become my strength, and with your blessings, I will live my truth in front of the whole world. That morning was the longest morning of my life. Standing in front of the mirror, I draped myself in a pink sari, the same one that had once belonged to my mother. I traced a little kohl around my eyes, added a soft blush of color to my lips, and filled my wrists with my mother's pleated bangles until they clinked and shone with her memory. My heart was pounding so hard that it felt as if it would rip open my chest and burst out. At the same time, my mother's voice echoed deep within my mind, "Don't be afraid, my daughter. Truth always demands courage." Holding on to those words, I opened the door with full confidence and stepped outside, carrying my real form and my true identity into the street for the first time. The people of my neighborhood froze when they saw me in my true self. Some stood still with expressions of pure surprise in their eyes, some smiled faintly as they looked at me, while others stared with countless unspoken questions. But this time, I did not tremble. My mother was with me, in my steps, in my gaze, and in the same smile that she had always wanted to see on my face. One elder woman from my neighborhood leaned toward me and whispered, "What is this drama?" I looked back at her and replied in a calm, steady voice, "This is not a drama, this is my truth. This is who I am." Hearing my words, the entire street fell silent for a moment. Then, slowly, people began to gossip, their whispers spreading like ripples. But I kept walking, undisturbed, continuing on my path without caring for their judgments. With every step I took, the memory of my mother touched me like a gentle embrace. It felt as though she was whispering, "See, my daughter is just as beautiful before the world as she was in my lap." And in that moment, I realized my mother had never truly gone. She was alive in me, in every tear I shed, in every bit of courage I gathered, and in every breath I took. That day, I faced society for the very first time as Mona. And I knew with certainty, this was not just my victory. This was my mother's true victory. And this was my real identity. Mother, you may be gone, but you are still with me. Your memories are the only source of my strength. Now I will no longer live in fear, I will live my life as my true self. Your daughter, Mona, will blossom in every shade of life. This is not just the story of a crossdresser, but the voice of every person who gathers the courage to live in their true identity. A mother's blessings are the strength that give us the courage to fight against the world. See you soon with the next story.